Why aren't all PUS overclocked as a factory default? Possible duplicate. Why are modern PUS underclocked? When I was searching around for a desktop a while back, I came across a lot of discussions where techies talked about taking in, for example, 2.67 GHz processor and overclocking it so that it ran at 4 GHz. If a CPU is capable of such speed at all, why doesn't it come that way out of the box?
First of all, not all PUS are capable of overclocking. Many have fixed or range-limited multipliers. This is intended by the industry. Hardware vendors are happy to sell PUS and peripheral hardware with more freedom for higher prices. Real overclockers seem to pay anything as long as it enables them to double the factory defaults. Secondly, it's a cooling and efficiency problem. Energy consumption and frequency don't scale linearly, nor does the actual performance, especially considering that, with faster PUS, other system components quickly become bottlenecks. With overclocked PUS, there is also a strong variance in durability and lifetime even within a manufacturing series. The frequency at which they're sold is a frequency at which all units of a series are known to work stable, regardless of possible differences in detail. One CPU of a series may fail quickly as you overclock it, while another may work stable up to 4+ GHz.
CPU binning is relevant here. This URL. Semiconductor manufacturing is an imprecise process, with some estimates as low as 30% for yields. Defects in manufacturing are not always fatal, however. In many cases, it is possible to salvage a part by trading off performance characteristics, such as by reducing its clock frequency or by disabling non-critical parts that are defective. Rather than simply discarding these products, their performance level can be marked down accordingly and sold at a lower price, fulfilling the needs of lower-end market segments. This practice occurs throughout the semiconductor industry, including central processing units, computer memory, and graphics processors as well. As well as the tolerances and NTBF reasons posted, there is another one as well. Please bear with me as I have not kept up with hardware for a very long time. The cost for Intel to make a fabrication plant that can create a specific chip is a very large fixed cost. The cost for them to make a single processor once they have built the plant is very, very small. There is an economic advantage of making the same die for a series of chips, and then locking the chips at different multipliers for product differentiation and pricing. This way, the chips all come out of the same plant, instead of having a unique plant for each single speed of chip. If you want to buy a low-end chip, the economic way for Intel to do it for you is often to sell you a mid-end chip which is set up to run at a lower frequency. You will see this in other markets as well, when the manufacturing process requires a high initial fixed cost and a very low marginal cost. Every major brand aluminum bicycle, for example, is actually made in the same factory, by the same robots.
Because in many cases, overclocking results in a reduced life, in terms of time, and a lot more heat. Some processors are sold as overclockable, like AMD's Black Edition, which has an unlocked multiplier, and Intel's Extreme Edition.
If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing.